Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Wow, what an interesting opening. You want to multiply. So how's your business going to do that? That's exactly what the folks, that, by the way, was not by design. We just happened to pull that song up. But that's exactly what 123 Employees, employee.com does, is it helps businesses multiply, grow in terms of the number of employees they have available without the costs that are typically associated with that. We've got best-selling author. He's an extraordinarily insightful individual in the world of business, particularly when it comes to leveraging and increasing a business size without the costs that typically come associated with it. Daven Michaels, welcome to the program.
Hey, Kevin. Good morning. Great to be here.
You bet. Hey, did you already have your event?
We did Beyond Business Live last weekend. It was awesome. We had a couple hundred people in Los Angeles, and it was really just a life changer for so many entrepreneurs. So I'm very excited about it.
Tell us real quickly what you covered.
Sure. At the event, at 123 Employee, and just for those of you that are not familiar with 123 Employee, we are the premier outsourcing center in the Philippines. And our niche is we work with entrepreneurs all over the globe. We help them get their time back and their life back. And the way we do that is we do their internet marketing, their social media, their telemarketing, their back office tasks, all the busy stuff in their business so that they can focus on the income-generating activities in their business and or the things that really juice them. So at Beyond Business Live, it's an experiential event where entrepreneurs come to us. We teach them the latest and greatest in internet marketing and social media. We show them how to do this stuff because we can't turn a blind eye to it. But let's face it, it's not the highest and best use of your time. So then we show them how to outsource it or delegate it to a team so that they can, focus on the income-generating activities in their business.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's extremely important. How often do you have those events?
We do Beyond Business Live. We do them about 4 to 6 times a year. We do them in Asia. We do them in Europe, in Europe and in the U.S. And next year we're going to do something a little different, though. Next year we're going to do a Beyond Business Live tour, and we're going to be doing 5 weeks or 5 events, 8 cities, and one of those cities is going to be Dallas. So we're going to be close to Houston.
Well, I definitely would plan on coming up to Dallas, so maybe I can bring some people with me.
That would be awesome.
So
That'd be awesome.
That would be great.
Kevin, we're always focused on the latest and greatest in marketing at 123 and at our events. And the reason we do that, Kevin, is because, what is the lifeblood of every business? I believe it's 2 things. It's capital, because if you don't have capital, you're out of business, and business. If you don't have business coming in the door, you're out of business. So we always focus on lead generation. And I figured today, we don't have a guest with us today, so I figured today I'd talk about building a big email list in your business. Do you think that should be a good focus for us today?
That's a great topic. Go right ahead.
Okay, so why is it important that we have a big list in our business? Well, when you think about it, is it, first of all, important to have a big list in your business? And today it's huge. Everybody wants a big email list. As a matter of fact, they say the gold is in your list. Now, why is it important to have a big list? Well, a lot of people think the reason you have a big list is because more eyeballs equals more dollars. And of course, that is absolutely true. But I'm going to give you a reason that's even more important than that, and that's joint ventures and affiliate relationships. So let me explain. Let's say that, our list at 123 Employee, we have about 140,000 people that follow us every single day. So if somebody came up to me and they said, hey, Daven, I've got this great product or service, be phenomenal for your list. I think they would get tremendous value from it. And that would sound good to me, of course. Now, let's say they had 1,000 people on their list, and I have 140,000 people on my email list. What am I going to say?
Absolutely.
Maybe. I mean, if it's the best invention since, sliced bread, but I'd probably say no, because I'm only going to work with the big boys, with the big numbers,
got it.
with the big list.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now later, let's say that, you've worked on growing that. You come back to me, your list is as big as mine, I'm going to say, okay, yeah, let's do some business. So it's vitally important to grow that big list today.
Makes reciprocation a lot easier.
Exactly. And so we've actually, over the last several weeks, we've talked about building a big list. But now what I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about is making sure that that list responds. Because, Kevin, there's been a big change that's happened over the last 30 days, and it has to do with Google and Gmail. Now, for those of you that are Gmail users, you may have noticed recently a very elegant little change on your web-based email platform. And now, instead of just getting your email as it used to come in, you have 3 tabs at the top of your page that say primary, social, and marketing.
Yeah.
Promotions, actually. Yeah. Now, from a user standpoint, it's fantastic. What a great invention. But I have to tell you, from an internet marketer standpoint or from a marketer standpoint, anybody that markets by email, this is a huge disaster, okay? And what we've seen is we've seen open rates that have declined by almost 50%. It's huge. It's massive. And so what we're doing right now is we're creating systems to combat that, because you always sort of have to be on the front line to keep your marketing out there. So we're working on a bunch of different things. Do we have a little more time, Kevin? Should I share a couple of things?
Go right ahead.
Okay, cool. So some of the things that we're doing right now, and I highly suggest you do this, and we're going to keep doing more and more of this over the weeks to come, and I'll share this with our listeners out there. But one thing that we're doing is, if your email is going straight into the promotions tab, if somebody subscribes to your list, they may not even see you right off the bat. So what we've done is we've added a voice broadcast that happens at the beginning of our opt-in process. So what happens is, as soon as somebody opts in, a voicemail or a message goes out to their phone and says, hey, it's Daven Michaels from 123 Employee. We want to thank you for requesting our information. And we just want to let you know that if you're a Gmail web-based user, Google may not know that we're friends. So please look in your promotions tab, and if you find our email in that tab, grab that email, drag it over to your primary tab, and then click the button to approve this. And we've found that this has increased our open rate considerably. Should we share one more tip for that?
Okay, so let's review that, because I want to make sure we got that one down, because that's a pretty big game changer. That's worth the whole conversation. So
correct.
You want to send a direct email, a personal one that won't get caught in the social one.
No, actually, now that's another good idea, but what I'm talking about is sending a voice broadcast. So what happens is, as soon as they opt in, they get a phone call that says that.
Okay, very good. Okay, and then the second step would be what I just suggested.
Yeah, another step would be an excellent idea, sending a personal email from you. Now, that personal email could be triggered by some sort of system or one of your virtual assistants, but I would definitely make sure that it comes from a Gmail address.
Very interesting.
Now, one more thing on the Gmail tip. It's okay, you can cloak that Gmail address comes from your company. You may want to personify your company's business, so you want it to be from XYZ business, but that's okay. You can cloak that from a Gmail address.
There you go. All right, where do we go for more information?
Go to 123employee.com. We've got a ton of free gifts for you. Get yours now.
Yeah, I encourage you to do it. I'm an actual user of your services.
You are.
Love them. Fantastic. I've become something of an ambassador for you, as you well know, and love supporting you as your company helps my business grow. It's fantastic. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right. Again, Daven Michaels. Make sure you check him out, 123employee.com. I am Kevin Price. This is The Price of Business.